Clarity is not just a motivational buzzword, it is the foundation of all transformation. In a world filled with distractions, noise, and endless choices, the people who rise above the rest are not necessarily the most talented or the most connected. They are the ones who are clear, crystal clear about what they want. Think about it. You cannot hit a target you cannot see. You cannot walk a path if you don't know where you're headed. Most people drift through life, hoping things will change, wishing things will improve. But hope is not a strategy. Manifestation doesn't respond to vague ideas. It responds to precise intention. Clarity is power because it brings focus. When you know exactly what you want, whether it's a dream job, a thriving business, a soulmate relationship, or inner peace, you begin to attract the right resources, people, and opportunities. Your energy becomes focused like a laser beam instead of scattered like a flashlight. And what you focus on expands. Take time to define your desires, not just in your head. Write them down, make them real, describe them in detail. What does your ideal life look like? Where are you living? What do your mornings feel like? What kind of work are you doing? What kind of people are you surrounded by? The more detailed and specific you get, the more powerful your manifestation becomes. If you say, I want more money, and the universe gives you $5 extra, your desire was technically answered. But if you say, I want to earn €10,000 a month doing creative work I love, now the vision is clear, and the universe can begin aligning the right circumstances. Clarity also helps you eliminate distractions. When you're clear, you're no longer tempted by what isn't aligned with your vision. You stop saying yes to everything and start saying yes only to what moves you forward. That's real power, the power of intentional living, and here's the truth. It's okay if you don't feel clear right now. Many people don't, but clarity is something you create, not something you wait for. You get clear by exploring, by trying, by reflecting, by asking questions like, what excites me? What drains me? What kind of life do I want to look back on? If I knew I couldn't fail, what would I pursue? Answer those questions honestly, and clarity will begin to emerge. In the end, manifestation starts with a vision, but clarity is the lens that makes that vision sharp and actionable. When you know exactly what you want, your belief strengthens, your emotions align, and your actions become unstoppable. So don't settle for vague dreams, define them, refine them, and watch your world transform. Because clarity is power, and with it, you become the architect of your destiny. If clarity is the blueprint of your dreams, then visualization is the rehearsal. It's the sacred daily practice of mentally stepping into the life you want before it physically exists. When you visualize daily, you train your mind and body to believe in the reality of your dreams, which is one of the most powerful forces in the manifestation process. Everything that has ever been created began first in someone's mind. The phone in your hand, the home you live in, the car you drive, all of it was once just a thought, a vision, before it became real. Visualization bridges that gap between the imagined and the actual. It allows you to see it before you see it. When you visualize your goals daily, you're not just daydreaming. You're conditioning your subconscious mind. And your subconscious is what drives 95% of your thoughts, habits, and actions. If your subconscious believes something is already real, it starts making decisions, taking steps, and attracting opportunities that align with that reality. Without you even realizing it, athletes use visualization to improve performance. CEOs use it to mentally rehearse major decisions. Visionaries use it to create change. So why shouldn't you? Here's how to do it effectively. Start with stillness. Take a few minutes each morning or evening to sit quietly. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, disconnect from the noise of the world, and reconnect with yourself. Imagine with detail. Don't just see yourself achieving your dream, live it. If your goal is to be a successful entrepreneur, imagine yourself walking into your office, feeling confident, shaking hands with your team, and seeing your bank account grow. Engage all your senses. What do you hear, smell, see, feel? Feel the emotion. This is the secret ingredient. Emotion fuels manifestation. When you visualize with strong feelings, joy, excitement, gratitude, you send a signal to the universe that says, this is real. This is mine. The emotion you generate during visualization is more important than the image itself. Be consistent. Just like going to the gym builds physical strength, visualizing daily builds mental and emotional alignment. Do it for 5 to 10 minutes every day. It's not about how long you do it, it's about how consistently and intensely you do it. Combine it with action. Visualization is not a substitute for hard work, it's a partner to it. When you visualize yourself already succeeding, you naturally begin to act like a person who succeeds. You start making confident choices, taking inspired steps, and avoiding distractions. The more vividly and frequently you visualize your desires, the more familiar they become to your mind. And the more familiar they become, the more your subconscious begins to believe, behave, and attract in accordance with that belief. So give yourself the gift of imagination. See the life you want so clearly and so often that it becomes inevitable. That's not wishful thinking. That's rewiring your reality from the inside out, because when you visualize daily, you're not escaping reality, you're creating it. If thoughts are the language of the mind, emotions are the language of the soul. And when it comes to manifesting your desires, emotion is not just a nice addition. It's the true power source behind everything. You can think positive thoughts all day long. You can write goals, make vision boards, or repeat affirmations. But without emotion, none of it sticks. Why? Because your emotions are what communicate most directly with your subconscious mind and with the energy of the universe. Here's the truth. You don't attract what you want. You attract who you are. And who you are is determined by how you consistently feel. Think about a time when you felt genuinely happy or deeply grateful. In that state, your energy was open, vibrant, and attractive. People were drawn to you. Opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere. That's not a coincidence. That's the law of emotion in action. When you embody the feelings of the life you desire, you create a magnetic field that begins pulling that life toward you. Let's break this down into practical steps. Feel as if it's already done. Don't just visualize success. Feel the joy of having it now. If your goal is to manifest love, feel loved now. If it's wealth, feel abundant now. Don't wait for external circumstances to change before you allow yourself to feel the way your future self feels. Generate the emotion intentionally. You might think, but I don't feel excited or grateful right now. That's okay. Emotion can be generated on purpose. Use music, memories, movement, anything that elevates your emotional state. Stand tall, smile, breathe deeply, recall a moment of triumph, or imagine the future so clearly that your heart starts to race. Anchor your emotions daily. During your visualization or affirmation practice, focus on feeling the emotions, not just saying the words. For example, instead of just saying, "I am successful," ask yourself, "How would I feel if I were wildly successful right now?" That feeling is what powers the manifestation. Gratitude is your emotional superpower. Gratitude tells the universe, "I already have it." It's the highest vibrational emotion and a magnet for more. Start and end each day feeling thankful, not just saying thank you, but deeply feeling the appreciation for what you have and what's coming. Release and trust. Once you've felt the emotion and aligned with your desire, let it go. Trust that it's already in motion. The universe responds not to neediness or desperation, but to calm confidence and emotional certainty. Remember, emotion is energy in motion. When you feel your dream into existence, you're sending a powerful signal into the universe. A signal that says, "This is real, I believe, I'm ready." So don't just wish. Don't just visualize, feel it, live it, become it, because when you feel the emotion of your desire now, you collapse the distance between where you are and where you want to be. Manifestation is more than wishing, hoping, or visualizing. While mindset and energy are essential, nothing moves without action, and not just any action, inspired action. So what is inspired action? Inspired action is the kind of action that feels aligned, exciting, or intuitively right. It's not forced, it's not driven by desperation or fear. It comes from a place of inner alignment with your vision and desires. It's the difference between pushing and flowing, between struggling through something versus being pulled toward it with a sense of purpose. Here's the truth: the universe responds to movement. When you take a step toward your dream, even a small one, the universe mirrors that energy back to you with opportunities, clarity, and momentum. You don't need to know the full path, just the next right step. Think of it like this: your dream is a destination and you're standing in the fog. You can't see the whole road ahead, but when you start walking, the fog clears one step at a time. That's what inspired action does. It keeps revealing the way as you move forward. Here's how to put this into practice. Listen to your intuition. Inspired actions often begin as gentle nudges or gut feelings. An idea that won't go away, a sudden urge to call someone, apply for something, or start a project. Don't ignore those. They are divine guidance disguised as curiosity or instinct. Act quickly when the idea hits. Inspiration has a shelf life. The longer you wait, the more fear and doubt can creep in. When a thought lights you up or feels right, act on it even if it's imperfect. Action builds momentum and confidence. Let go of perfection. Inspired action doesn't mean having it all figured out. It's okay if your first step is messy. Progress beats perfection every time. The people who succeed aren't the ones who waited. They're the ones who started. Stay connected to your vision. When you're emotionally aligned with your dream, your actions will be naturally aligned too. So revisit your goals, visualize them, feel the emotions, and then ask yourself, what can I do today that brings me closer to this? Trust the process. Inspired action doesn't always produce instant results. Sometimes the outcome isn't what you expected, but it's always what you needed. Keep showing up, keep taking steps. Miracles happen when energy and effort collide. Celebrate every step. Whether it's making a phone call, finishing a task, or simply showing up with a positive mindset, celebrate it. Acknowledge your movement. Every action you take builds belief and signals to the universe. I'm serious about this. Manifestation is co-creation. You declare what you want, align your energy, and then partner with the universe through action. Without action, dreams stay in your head. With inspired action, they become real. So don't wait for the perfect time or the perfect plan. Start now, move boldly, and trust that every inspired step you take is a magnet pulling your dream closer. Because action, aligned action, is where the magic meets momentum, you can visualize, affirm, and dream all you want. But if deep down you believe you're not worthy of success, love, health, or abundance, you'll block it from coming into your life. That's the hidden power of limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are the invisible chains that hold you back. They're the silent thoughts that whisper, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this, it's too late, or people like me don't succeed. These beliefs are often so deeply ingrained that we don't even recognize them as false. We accept them as truth. But here's the reality: you weren't born with those beliefs. You picked them up along the way from parents, teachers, past failures, trauma, society, or the fear of being judged. The good news: if you learn those beliefs, you can unlearn them and replace them with empowering truths that support your growth and manifestation. Here's how to start removing limiting beliefs. 1. Identify your beliefs. Start by listening to your inner dialogue. What stories do you tell yourself when you think about your goals? Do you say things like, I could never do that, I'm not lucky, or money doesn't come easily to me? These statements reveal limiting beliefs that are sabotaging your success behind the scenes. 2. Question the belief. Once you've identified a limiting belief, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this belief absolutely true? Where did I learn it? What evidence do I have that contradicts this? Would I say this to someone I love? Most limiting beliefs crumble under honest questioning. They aren't truths. They are just interpretations based on past experiences. 3. Rewrite the story. Replace each limiting belief with a new empowering one. For example, I'm not good enough becomes I am worthy and capable of growth and success. I always fail becomes every setback teaches me and brings me closer to my goal. Repeat these new beliefs daily. Affirm them, speak them, feel them. You're reprogramming your subconscious. And repetition is the key. 4. Take action to reinforce the new beliefs become stronger through evidence. Take small actions that support your new belief. If you believe you're confident, speak up more often. If you believe you're abundant, start managing your money intentionally. Each action you take is a vote for the person you want to become. 5. Surround yourself with empowerment. Your environment matters. Spend time with people who uplift you, consume content that expands your mindset, and limit exposure to negativity or toxic narratives. You become what you're surrounded by. 6. Be patient and kind to yourself. Removing limiting beliefs is not a one-time fix. It's a journey. Some beliefs may resurface. That's okay. Gently remind yourself of your truth and keep moving forward. Your mind is a powerful creator, but it can only build what you believe is possible. So clear the mental clutter. Break the chains and rewire your inner world to match the life you want to live. Because once you remove your limiting beliefs, you remove the limits from your future. Success, manifestation, and transformation don't happen overnight. They happen over time through daily consistency and a heart rooted in gratitude. These two forces, consistency and gratitude, are like twin engines that drive your dreams into reality. Let's start with consistency. Many people start strong. They get excited about their goals, visualize for a few days, journal, say their affirmations, and then stop. Why? Because they don't see immediate results. But manifestation is not a microwave. It's more like planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You water it, you nurture it, you trust the process, and above all, you stay consistent. Consistency builds momentum. It builds trust with yourself and with the universe. When you show up daily for your dreams, you send a clear message. I am serious about this. I believe it's coming. And belief is the soil where miracles grow. Even small steps matter. 5 minutes of gratitude journaling, a few minutes of focused visualization, one aligned action a day. It's not about doing a lot. It's about doing something every single day. Because consistency compounds. The little things you do regularly are far more powerful than the big things you do occasionally. Now let's talk about gratitude. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrational emotions you can feel. When you live in a state of gratitude, you tell the universe, I have enough, I am enough, and I welcome more with joy. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, and what you focus on expands. Want more success? Be grateful for your current progress. Want more love? Appreciate the love that already exists in your life. Want more opportunities? Acknowledge every small win like it's a big deal. Gratitude opens the door to more because it celebrates the now. Gratitude also dissolves resistance. When you're grateful, you're not chasing your desires with desperation. You're receiving them with confidence. You're no longer begging the universe, you're partnering with it. Here's how to put this into practice. Create a daily ritual. Spend 5-10 minutes every morning or evening to visualize your goal, repeat affirmations, and feel genuine gratitude for what you already have. Track your wins, keep a success journal, and write down every little manifestation, synchronicity, or achievement. This builds belief and reminds you that it's working, even when progress feels slow. Practice gratitude on the go. You don't need a journal to feel grateful. While walking, driving, or showering, mentally list the things you're thankful for. Feel it deeply. Be grateful in advance. Thank the universe for your goals before they arrive. Say, thank you for the abundance that's already mine. Thank you for the opportunities on their way. Remember, consistency keeps the engine running. Gratitude keeps it joyful, so show up daily. Be faithful in the small things. Celebrate every step and stay thankful for what's already here and what's on the way. Because when you're consistent and grateful, the universe has no choice but to respond in kind, with abundance, magic, and fulfillment beyond your wildest dreams.